We're jumping back into Spell Disc here. We have the achievements that we're still trying to run through. I'm almost at 100% here. Of course, just today what happened is Spell Disc got a huge update. A huge update. I'll show you right here what I mean. So they have 143 new items, major update. There's new discs, new spells, tons of new artifacts. They've done some changes, disc changes, artifact changes, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go over all of it. I actually haven't read it all myself because the important thing for me was to look at the achievements, and they actually didn't add any more achievements. Thank goodness, because I was going to say I want to move this aside for a little bit of time, although it was my game of the year for 2023. I just want to move on so that I can try some new games and have some new content for the channel. So we're gonna jump back in here. We are going in and finishing up those last 6 achievements. And if you've been following, you'll know that we're just doing them in survivor mode here. So that's what we're gonna continue doing. So let's see. I was hoping to kind of like speed run through them in a way, but now that there's new items and stuff, if they appear in the survivor mode, I'm not gonna go very fast because I'm gonna be busy reading things and like theory crafting things for all the new items, but we're gonna try our best. So this Incanter starts with 8 item slots, decreased maximum health. That's kind of sick because that means we can just chain more things. I personally like this big gash thing. Let's see if they added more difficulty. They haven't. Let's see if they added more upgrades. They haven't, thank God. The achievements that I have left, let me get out of here, are just finishing these, one run with each of these starting traits over here. So there's just these 6. No, that's not it. If there was a flawless run achievement, I would not be happy about that, to be honest with you. Wait a minute. Wait, actually, I'm not gonna, okay, I'm gonna quit. I just saw something weird. Survivor mode. You see this stuff on the side? I wonder why there's no time beside. Oh, it's only showing my level 6 clears. I was gonna say, I've definitely cleared it with the weapons. I wonder why it's not showing anything. Anyways. Oh, I see what you mean, Jasara. It only took away actually 50 HP, so it cut it in half without the upgrades, but then the upgrades give you 50 additional HP. Or it just reduces by 50 flat, I don't know. But either way, it's not as bad as the other achievement that we had to do. There was one that literally reduced your HP down to 1, but then I had the upgrades which increased it to 51. Here's some new items already. Adventurer's Backpack. 10% damage increase per unequipped item. So this isn't new. This is actually something that was... Actually, it is a new artifact, but it was a... This was a trait that existed on the spell discs before. So it would gain mana per second per unequipped item. So we are seeing new items in here. We're not going as fast as I thought we would. I am not liking any of this. Continuous hit disc, we don't have continuous. Here's a vital pack. Increase max health per each unequipped item. Okay, so there's just a bunch of new artifacts based on unequipped items. I don't know. I don't like the gazing discs. That's why I didn't take it. Sorry to say, I don't like the gazing discs. Continuous damage disc is good usually, but we don't have any of that stuff. I'm not looking to reroll that often, so I'm gonna just go. Oh, new spell here. This is a new spell type. It's a minion. Whoa! Blunt item disc. Okay, so it looks like all of the new items might be based on having things in the inventory. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like picking up things that I don't need. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be into the new items. I'm into this new spell though. I'm definitely into this new spell. Or at least trying it out. Okay. I mean, in a way, the minions are kind of just like moving spells, right? So it's not that different than the conductive lightning spell, which moves around with you as well. I guess it has its own movement patterns, but it's really just following you. So I don't think the minion is that special so far, but I would still use him in a regular situation for sure. Continuous lightning spell, that's my favorite type of spell already. When the player dashes, you create explosive. Okay, I'll just take the decreased mana cost here. If we go fast enough, we should be able to finish this within like an hour and a half, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Gem Bomb, Gladiator's Burden, eh. Yeah, we'll see if we can finish this. I'm hoping to like finish this within 2 hours, hopefully. That means I have to not die and also, yeah, finish everything in one attempt and do it kind of efficiently. Right now it's not efficient because there's so many new stuff. I think the Lightning Infliction is good for us, but I also want to see this new magma bubble. Oh, you have to touch it yourself. I don't like that. I don't want to touch the bubble myself. I do like that they're adding spells with interesting mechanics, but that particular mechanic I don't like. It just restricts your freedom of movement too much, in my opinion. When landing a critical hit, hopefully we can do that a lot. I'm going to pick that up as an early disc option. I'm actually going to be like kind of relieved if I don't like the new items, because then I won't want to stick around and play it and I can actually move on. I know it's really something I didn't want to say, but it's the truth. Create an impaling electricity in a cross pattern. Holy crap. Disc reduces its overheat value per distance discs travel. Okay. This should be really useful too. I'm more inclined to try out the new spell though. Okay, it does exactly what I thought it would. It's just a big cross on the screen. That artifact that reduces overheat while you move is interesting though. Man, all these items are new. Okay, create an explosion when gazing enemies for some duration. I don't know what that duration is, and I don't think I'm gonna stare at them that long. Attach slash-type blades to discs, which damages enemies on contact. I don't think I'm gonna stay very close to enemies, but I want to see how it looks like, so I'm gonna pick it up. It's not that great, but at the same time, it does give us slash damage. Every once in a while, the discs will fly to enemies if it's triggered based on a like on-hit type of mana generation mechanic. So it's a decent item, but I personally don't think it's like an S tier or even A tier. I think it's like maybe a B tier item. I could be wrong about that. It seems to be doing like 19 damage per hit, which is not great. So at least we tried it. Gem Magnet, provide mana, let's do that. Remember, we're trying to finish achievements quickly today. I have to try to remember that. It didn't happen with Holocure. It took me 2 hours to finish 2 characters. That is not a good rate, especially when the runs are 20 minutes each. Jasara, really? It's actually not my type of item in survivor mode because you only have 1 dash charge. And with that, you don't have a lot of opportunities to dash and leave that lava pool, unfortunately. But in the normal mode, the dungeon mode, I probably would have taken it, yeah. But the survivor mode is brutal and it only gives you that 1 stamina dash charge, whatever you want to call it, so it kind of sucks. Pierce stun disc, what? Generate 770 of stun power of pierce. Okay, so it's basically the stun disc, but incorporated with a specific type of spell. It's very, very high, the percentage of mana that's generated, but it's very, very specific. That's really interesting. Poison Dagger is considered an attack spell. This is considered a minion spell. This is interesting. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It does... I guess it does recover pretty quickly, but even then, there's better artifacts for the survivor mode, specifically. I like defensive artifacts in survivor mode, especially with the swamp map because it's kind of difficult. I'm interested in taking this Pierce Stun Disc because we do have this piercing lightning X pattern thing. I'm sure it has stun power, so I'm going to take this. Rock, Wisp, all the Wisps. I am interested in that too. I wish I could lock, because I would lock every single one of these spells and items because I want to try them all. It would be a good idea to pick up this disc though, because I think it would work well with us. Screw it, we're taking the Wisp, you're right. Minion is completely new to the game, we gotta try them all. I doubt that it's gonna be that different from the Lightning Wisp, to be honest with you. But, you know what, we should switch these around because that will cast faster, I think. Maybe not. Continuous Creation Disc is not that great for us because we're not creating too many continuous things right now. I'm gonna re-roll this one. Slash Stun Disc. Okay, we can pick this up because we do have a slash item, or we can pick up the Air Wisp. Wait, explosion deals additional damage scaled to the biggest damage received. Oh, damage that he receives. Okay, let's pick it up. I didn't even read the description for that spell, I don't think. When it loses health. Oh, so true, so true. Good call. I literally did not even read the description. I'm gonna re-roll that one. I'm gonna re-roll that one. I don't really like this one. One more re-roll. Yikes. Explosion hit disc. We have one explosion. It doesn't really trigger that often. We'll take the increased critical hit chance because we are scaling off of critical hit chance on one of our spell discs here. Oh yeah, absolutely not. Anything that has the description of standing still in it, I ignore immediately. Okay, increased damage from our Air Wisp, which we haven't even used yet. I'll take it. You guys know me too well. All right, let's see. Continuous Stun Disc. We only have one continuous right now, which is kind of sad. I'll take the decreased mana cost because it is our weapon spell, and that's basically the best upgrade that you can pick up for the weapon spell, in my opinion. Magicraft, the long arm thing. To be honest with you, I never even thought about it that way. I never even thought about it like you're supposed to stand still as like this character and you're supposed to move your arm instead. Never crossed my mind. Literally has never crossed my mind. I have definitely been playing that character all wrong, but I just like that the long arm in Magicraft will let you hit through walls and also just place things right on top of your enemies, so that's why I use it. What is this? Generate critical damage dealt as mana. Love it. Yay, we have more minions. Whoa, that guy's huge! I'm gonna chill around him just to see what he does. Yo, you know what? Minions go hard. Ow, crap. But in my case, it's more like run into them and also just cast all the spells on top of them. Makes no sense at all. Curved Sword is new. While dashing, create slash type attacks. I want to see how it looks like, but it doesn't fit my build at all. We're gonna do it. Oh, ew. Ew, it's gross. It is disgusting. There's a couple of builds that would work well with it. I'm thinking the... Oh god, what is it called again? Qatar? I think it's the Qatar where it has naturally... The dash is damaging as well on that particular weapon. That artifact will work well with that, but otherwise I don't really care for this. Yeah. It's... I think the dash builds are more viable in adventure mode, in my opinion. Actually, maybe that's wrong. I'm just thinking that it's more viable in the adventure mode just because it's a more controlled environment and there's just too much crap happening in this mode to have enough dashes and survive properly and everything like that. But anyways. Wait, there's minion discs. Wait, generate... Oh, they've added a new clause in here to say minions fire affliction. Okay, cool. I don't know if I like that. Deal continuous type damage to nearby enemies. Holy crap, that's really cool. This is really cool. So they've added these capes that just like give you an attack type. They had some of those items before, but now they've just expanded it to give you like the full range. Like there's a pierce type, there's a slash type that we have, there's a continuous type with the poison cape. That's kind of cool, kind of interesting, but I'm not going to use it here, I don't think. Bolt Whips is this new? The icon is new, but I feel like Bolt Whips was an old spell. Chopper Belt, get to the chopper. Okay, no. I don't like that disc because I don't like anything that generates mana per second. I would rather have the discs generate mana based on other criteria. Because most discs I can get to trigger in less than a second. So if I have to wait a second to generate like a portion of the mana, it just really doesn't make sense. Explosion disc doesn't work for us. We're gonna take the upgrade to the spell. You know what's funny? We're actually performing quite badly, but somehow I'm surviving. I didn't read the patch notes or the update notes like I told you, but I wonder if they decreased the difficulty of the swamp. Because I'm freaking out less than usual. And like I said, I'm like not even focusing on performing well right now. I'm just playing around with everything. Damage disc. That's obviously good. Let's pick it up. And now we have our light wisps out, who explode after some amount of time, but they have to take damage. But light wisp is the worst one. Wait, is it? I feel like most of mine are exploding without doing any damage at all. Oh, yeah, the light wisp is really bad. Because it stays still. It stays still and it has to... The enemies have to be attacking it. I don't know if it draws aggro. If it draws aggro, then it's actually going to be like kind of A or S tier if it draws aggro, but I can't even tell if it is. If you want my opinion, it should draw aggro because its damage is based on how much damage it took. They said they get better based on damage taken. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the other ones are way more reliable. Because at least the earth one, like it does the damage while they are there and hitting it. Meanwhile, the air wisp, even if it gets hit, maybe that enemy will move and then it just doesn't do any damage to anything. I'm gonna do the duplication of the spell. I have very little trust in the light wisp, unfortunately. Let's watch this one right here. Okay, killed some things over there. In the dungeon mode, I really think that I wouldn't be able to use the light wisp very effectively. Yeah, exactly. The earth one is... I'm sure it does less damage per hit, but it's more to my preference, just because as it's getting hit, I'm sure the enemy is probably closer to it. Oh, here's a boss, and he just came in and hit me right in the face. Cool. Not gonna lie, I'm not sure if I love the minions. The word minions or companions in games usually gets me really excited because it's usually a huge upgrade for your DPS or your some kind of utility for your character, but in this game, I'm not so excited by them. All right, let's see. Let's do this one. Oops. Yeah, the Light Wisp, as we are in Survivor mode and there's just like a crap ton of enemies everywhere, it has more value to me than usual, but the screen doesn't really look like this in the dungeon mode, so I don't see myself using it in the dungeon mode. Not that we're going to be playing dungeon mode or anything anytime soon, I don't think. 50% increased damage? Hell yeah. Oh my god. Could we kill him faster, please? I seriously don't think minions are the way to go, and I'm almost dead. That's great. How am I healing? Oh, verdant armor, right. I got an S tier piece of armor, which is great because... You know what, that's probably why things seem a lot easier in low pressure, because I have the S tier verdant armor. Oh god. Continuous slash scroll, not interested really. Increased critical chance I'll take instead. Okay, I do need this treasure chest at least for the health. Increase, right, we can't take the Librarian Codex because it's not gonna work with us. And I'll just take the faster overheat reduction here. Okay, we're almost at 10 minutes. There is a real possibility that this build will not pan out. Gain 1 shield when casting weapon spell, max 5. The weapon spell isn't that quick at casting, so I don't really love it. I'll take the duplication of a spell instead. I guess if I don't get hit, it would be okay, but max 5 still isn't that exciting. Oh, really? No, you get used to it. You get used to it. It's a hit point, actually. That's why 5 doesn't excite me. It acts like HP. For some reason, I think that they reduce all the values in the Survivor mode for the shields. I don't know why. I'm not going to take up the Plasma Slash because I'm sure we're going to see a new spell at some point that I'm more interested in. Yeah, we get hit for like 10 HP each time at least, so 5 is not good. You guys have seen me play Holocure. That game should be easier than this game, I think. More simple. And I still can't think of how to play that game. So if I'm able to play this game, I think you guys can too. Do we have any physical? Oh, we do. Physical. Oh, the summons count as physical. We don't see this very often. We don't see this ever, actually. The spells counting as 2 different types. We have never seen that in the past, but we're seeing it now with the minions. Interesting. I'm not sure if we can count on the physical disc, but I'm still going to try it just to see how often. Oh crap, it's overheating. Never mind. We can definitely count on the physical disc. Forget everything I was saying. I guess it's like every time those summons are getting hit, they're hitting multiple enemies with an AoE. Kind of sick, kind of sick. Duplicating a spell, let's do it. Let me see this Shock Whip. The Shock Whip looks like a normal spell that's just placed on top of the enemy. Nothing too exciting there. Yeah, absolutely. I am a fan of the rocky dudes. I would definitely suggest it. Light Wisp, 0%. Get the hell out of here. Oh, wait a minute. Do they... Is it based on a timer, or do they actually die as well? As in, maybe they can get hit hard enough to just, like, die immediately. And that's actually good for the Light Wisp if it does that. But I assume that it was always a timer for them, where it's like they last for 3 seconds. Whatever the largest piece of damage they took, that scales their damage. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay, if they have health, it actually makes them a little bit better, because if they get hit hard, then they will explode right there and then, and that makes it better in my opinion. I assumed it was based on a timer, which made them less valuable to me. So maybe they're all right. They went from a C to a B ranking in this case then. Increased mana generation and weapon spell mana generation for each missing health percentage. Oh. Bouncing raindrop sounds cool. Let's pick it up and see how it looks like. I'm actually going to switch it from this thing just to see it right now. Where are these raindrops? Oh, it just drops on the same enemy. Okay. Whatever. It's a decent spell, I guess. Focus down on some enemies. Alright. Air Wisp with the critical chance. I don't really care about that. I'd rather take the Gash Fire for sure. Man, they added so much new stuff here. Can't believe it. What they really need to do is extend the dungeon. That would actually get me excited. Yeah, true that. Why am I taking so much damage? Might Barbell, 5% increased damage for damage type for each damage type spell equipped. What? For each damage type spell equipped. Okay, well I have all of them equipped. Wait, what the hell's this? Oh, that's damage percent. They've added a damage percent increase over here. This was missing before. I remember I was always wondering about damage percent. Anyways, I'm gonna pick up the Might Barbell because we have literally all the spell types equipped right now. What the? 127, okay. Oh, it has it individually. That's kind of cool. I'm not that smart. Come on, let's be honest here. Okay, we got Elven Charm. They increased this. This used to be 7 mana. I swear to you, this used to be 7 mana per critical hit. They increased it for some reason. That's fine. Create 5 flame blades that slash enemies. Oh, cool. All right, we're gonna switch that up with this thing. I did not make use of the extra inventory space at all this run. I don't know what happened. Where are these fire slashes at? Where are these fire slashes? I don't see any swords coming up. Slash creation disc. We have a couple slash things going on. That should work. Does anyone see these fire swords? They must be extremely small or something, because I'm not seeing a single one. What the hell? Where are they? Increased critical chance. Sure, if I could only see you. Oh, I see them. They're really tiny. They are super, super tiny. I wonder if there's a size upgrade for that. Alright, well, I think we're gonna finish this particular run. I picked up less items than I usually would, even without the extra inventory space, which is hilarious. But, you know, that's just what happened. Yeah, I'm gonna read those patch notes later because I wonder if they made the swamp slightly easier here. Of course they would, if they did do it, of course they would have done that after doing 80% of the runs already. But it's all recorded, so I know I'm an OG because of that. I had to do the cursed run on this stuff, man. And the idle run, that was freaking terrible. Yeah, give me this artifact. Sure, I have tons of space. Alright, let's see how the Spore Golem is looking like on the new patch. I doubt he's gonna be any different, actually, but... Oh, for real? For real? Alright, bring it. Where you at? Where is this dude? Oh, there he is. Oh god, he does a lot of damage. Yeah, our damage sucks. We've killed them way faster than this in the past. Come on. I need that potion. Oh, we're gonna die! We're gonna die! Holy crap. Spell creation disc, let's take it. Oh my god. Kill the Spore Golem, please. Yeah, got too confident there. We made it out, though. We made it out. Alright! Blazing stabs! Give me that. Let's check this out. Where are the blazing stabs at? Again, I think it's just like too small to see. Well, we're gonna self-destruct and get the hell out of here. Alright, one down, everybody. Incanter Survivor. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is a mirror. Duplicate spells, decrease mana gain. That sounds like my speed, to be honest. Do you want this? Oh, cool. I'll keep it. The mana generation doesn't seem that slow so far. At least for the weapon spell. Lightning hit disc doesn't work. I don't like the boot disc. I'm just gonna take this critical hit increase. Alright, we're actually gonna try to go a little bit faster here. Chopper belt. Okay, we're doing slash. Oh, I wish I could lock. I would lock the chopper belt and the laser sweeper. Let's do a slash type build. Go a little specific over here. Slash and continuous are considered the same. Okay, that's really good. Generate 1% of gems held as mana per second to all discs. Max 2,000 gems. What? That's kind of crazy. So 20 per second to all discs. That's kind of a crazy thing. 2,000 gems is a lot. I'm not going to pick it up. I wonder if they have that in adventure mode too. Because I would never pick it up in adventure mode since 2,000 gems is a lot of money. Here's another slash lightning. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Maybe the game's listening to me and wants me to be a little bit more versatile because that slash to continuous was a godsend for sure. Mana, lightning affliction as mana. We do have a lot of lightning stuff. So we can actually switch this over and get some effects from that, hopefully. Maybe not as much as I wanted. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Still works though. Still works. Alright, so we have the Shadow Hood. Librarian Codex could work if we were all lightning. I'm just gonna take the increased damage instead. But seriously, I do love that they added the damage percent increase, or the damage multiplier stat. It was missing this whole time. Increased critical chance of this is fine. It seriously looks like we're just doing 100% crits on that. All right, so we got Volt Whips, Gem Horde, generate 5.5 of the currently held gems as mana per second. So exactly the same as the artifacts, but just in disc form. Again, I don't think that it's that great. 20, so the max is 20 mana per second, which is not a lot. Like most of the discs that we pick up is like 20 mana per hit, and it hits multiple enemies. So yeah, Titan's Club, new item. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up. There definitely is a stun archetype, but I think it's one of the more like too specific ones. There's not that many stun items in the game yet. Blood Contract, increased mana generation, and right, as we're missing health, then we get some more mana. I'm gonna pick up this Conducted Lightning. I actually might use that as my weapon spell right now, just so that we can move around with the damage a bit. They've updated the sprite for the Conducted Lightning, and they have decreased the range of it. Wait, I lied. It's just because it's being cast on top of me. That's why it's seemingly less range. Current dash stamina as... I don't want this. Critical hit disc I will take. I will do this instead of that, and this instead of this. Continuous slash, what do you mean? Do you mean the scroll that just popped up where it turns slash into something else? There was another scroll, but I think I'm just gonna focus on two different attack types. Yeah, exactly. Perfect spell. They definitely upgraded or updated the sprite for this spell. I don't know why. It didn't look that bad before, but it definitely looks better now. There's some spells that I'm hoping I see an updated sprite for because they looked really, really bad. Arctic Shock, once again, going to be a slash item for us. This is one of my favorite spells, actually. I don't know why. I just really like it. I think I always liked it just because it's two different elements and it's also a continuous spell, which is my favorite. Lightning type damage as mana, love it. Love it. I'm gonna use the Arctic Slash or whatever it's called. It's not casting as fast as I thought it would. Now it is. Dual edges, you know we don't want that. Wait, create slash type attack when player spins around. That's different than the one we had last time. I want to try. I know it's going to be so bad though. Bone Bag. For every 4 enemy minion killed, summon a Bone Totem which grants temporary 5% increased damage buff when it's destroyed. Holy crap. We're going to try this. The dual edges would be funny, but the Bone Bag seems useful. Especially in Survivor mode where we are killing so many enemies and we can destroy the bone thing ourselves, and the relic itself is just like, it's just going from 0 to 100 over and over again. I don't know what the hell's going on. Gain 1 shield when casting weapon spell. No, we don't like that. Carnage, Addict Helm, or increased duration. I'm gonna take the increased duration. Do you see this? Bottom left corner? That totem icon is just tweaking out, man. Increased damage of the Conducted Lightning, I think I'd take. Okay, I don't know why I picked up that potion. I took more damage than it was worth. Alright, provide more mana to everything, or the duplicate spell is pretty good, but I'll take the purple one here. So does that mean I just have 100% damage increase constantly because of this totem? But it keeps jumping back to 0, so I'm a little bit confused about it. All this type of upgrade where you generate mana per second, terrible. It's just terrible. Because it only generates if you're not casting anything on that disc, and I'm casting multiple times per second, so it's just stupid. Generate 6.6 when hitting with continuous type. That's going to be the best for us, so let's pick up that. All of our spells are considered continuous. Bottomless potion, I don't think we need that much mana production, so I'm just gonna take the increased damage over here. Boomerang, throw a boomerang whenever you dash. Boomerangs are returned to the player at the end of a dash. It's not great. I should really take the Rooster Glove, but for the purposes of trying it out, I'm gonna pick it up. I don't even see the boomerang. Where is it? What the hell? Is there just too much stuff on the screen? I'm not seeing it. Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah, with a single dash, it seems crappy. Yeah, so you drop it where you, on the position that you dash out, and then it comes back to you later. I guess it would be good if you had someone chasing you, or the enemies chasing you, but I don't know, I don't really like it. 2.2 mana when hitting with spell type, obviously that's really good. We're gonna pick it up. We're at full health? How? Did they decrease the difficulty for sure? Or for real? This seems easy. If it is easier, this would have saved hours off of our streams. I've died so many times in this swamp, it's unbelievable. Duplication of spell, it's a really, really good upgrade. Alright, so we have 40% increased damage. Let's do it. We got an open spell slot with a spell disc. Amazing. Let's see here. Let's reroll. Damage increases with attack speed buff. Max 200. Attack speed buff. Yeah, that doesn't make sense for us. We don't even have a weapon. Increase of, or duplication of spell, that's what I'm gonna take. Alright, let's try to move quickly here. I think we're slightly behind schedule if we want to finish all of them. Faster overheat reduction, let's go. It's just all the new items. If we were looking at all the old items, I think I would be able to move a bit quicker through it, just because I know exactly what everything does. And I know what I should pick. Whoa, Ice Monolith! Ice Monolith that shoots Ice Ball whenever player attacks, but I don't attack, so how would that work? Maybe every time the weapon spell is cast? In that case, it's still terrible. But that's really cool. It's kind of like a turret. That's an interesting idea. Very interesting. No, that's not good for us. Mana production is good. Blazing Stabs, which is Pierce, it's not going to work with what we have going on. I'm just going to take the duplication here. Okay, faster hit interval. I've never seen that. I think that's new. But I'm gonna take the provide mana instead. Spark Shotgun is blunt. We're not going to use that. Lightning Death Disc. Lightning Affliction as mana when it dies. I think that will work for us. Yeah, we have all lightning except for one spell, so that should probably work out fine. I got no more space left. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, this boomerang thing sucks. Vital Pack, we don't want. Sword Spin, we don't really need. I'm gonna re-roll this one. Ray Bolt is not a slash, unfortunately. We could take the Fire Square, because at least it's a slash. It's also a continuous spell, the way that it looks. See, it floats around, so I've always been surprised that it's not considered a continuous spell as well. Fanged Talisman, I don't really care about crit that much, and it's also not that great. I'm gonna take the increased damage here. Dang, we're doing good. Oh boy. Crash Lightning we can't take because it doesn't really fit our attack types that we're trying to do. Every 12 disc activation, the disc also creates equipped weapon spell. Whoa! That changes the game huge. I've always had a problem with the weapon spell because there's nothing that really helps you cast it really quickly outside of like decreasing the mana cost or increasing your weapon spell mana generation type of thing, but that's like a specific item for one particular spell only. But the magic gun is very, very interesting. I do want the disc stabilizer, but I'm gonna pick up the magic gun just to see how fast it can trigger. So it is resetting, every time that it triggers, it is resetting the cooldown of the weapon spell. So it doesn't activate it outside, or how should I say this? Basically, it does reset the cooldown, which is unfortunate. I thought it would just be a separate instance outside of the mana generation that's already collected with the weapon spell. But it's still pretty good. It's definitely increasing the frequency of your weapon spell for sure. So it makes weapon spell builds more viable if you have that. That is interesting. I'm actually quite impressed by that one, to be honest. It still doesn't really make the weapon spell as good as a disc spell, but let's just say you got like all S tier magic spells. Even the weapon spell is one that you want to cast as much as you can. I guess it would be something that you want to pick up. I'll pick up the duplication here. It's just like the disc has traits within itself to make the spell better, and then the spell itself can trigger faster because the spell disc can collect mana in many different ways, usually giving you more mana than just passively generating it in your weapon slot. So yeah, I still feel like the weapons being under a disc is always better. Let's do this. But who knows, maybe there's other artifacts I haven't seen yet that also increase the effectiveness of the weapon spell, which would make it really, really cool. All right, let's see. Decreased mana cost, sure. Yeah, seriously, I think they've tuned down the difficulty here. Usually minutes like 11 to 14 is a huge sweat fest in terms of like I'm under pressure and I'm really trying hard to survive, but I haven't felt that here. but I will check out the patch notes just to make sure that is actually correct. The stage 3 is looking like stage 2 these days. Duplication's good. Yeah, this is the build that we got going on right now is pretty much like ideal. My ideal build for any run. Lots of continuous, lots of overheat because we're casting so fast. Not that overheat's a good thing, but it just says, or it just shows that you've actually built a good engine type of thing for all your spell suit cast. So this is pretty much ideal for sure. I'll be surprised if we don't melt the boss. Overheat reduction, let's do it. Yeah, I actually don't know if overheat reduction is as effective as I thought. Just because once you reach the max again, I feel like you're just gonna reach the same amount of cast frequency, if I'm understanding that mechanic correctly. Like, you would need a lot of overheat reduction, I think, to make a huge dent in the way that, or in the frequency that you're currently casting all your spells if you've already reached the max. But yeah, it's just really hard to experiment. I still have to understand how overheat works exactly in this game. Oh, here's the 12-minute boss. We've killed him a lot faster before, but definitely not really a challenge. Let's look for a new spell. Dashing Flame, it's a slash spell. We're gonna pick it up. Yeah, that disc is really good, but we don't need another disc. I do like the dash spells, for sure. Alright, what do we got here? Let's do a reduction on overheat, I guess. At this point, it's the only thing that should really help. You can't take a any kind of mana production increase in mana production type of benefit. If you're already overheating on all your discs, it doesn't really actually benefit you because you've already reached the max. So if you keep generating more mana, it doesn't matter because you're overheated. So yeah, that's why we got to pick those up. Duplication of spell always works though. Yeah, I don't care about the rooster. I think the rooster boots or rooster feet artifact, I think it got a new sprite there too. Really cool. This update is really nice to see. Lots of really, really small but welcomed improvements to the design. And of course the 140 or so items. That's a huge amount. These guys have been updating pretty frequently. I think it's been like at least once a month with a sizable update. So mad respect to the developers here. Mad respect. Cone Cap is new. Critical hit increases elemental affliction amount by critical damage multiplier. Damage affliction amount. Interesting. So it applies more stacks based on your multiplier. I can see how that would be useful, but I don't like elemental affliction builds usually. I don't think I'm going to be using that, unfortunately. All right, we're almost at the end here. Frostbolt would have been nice at the beginning, but we're not picking that up. Man, all the dashing images are tripping me out. When there's a lot of them on the screen, it looks like I'm in some kind of crazy drug trip. Oh, Spore Golem's here. And he is getting absolutely melted. That's what we like to see. Peace out. Not a single defensive item. Really didn't get hit that much. Oh, Pyro Scatter. Let's check it out. Let's check it out while we're trying to self-destruct here. So it's just a circle of flames. Okay, makes sense. All right, everybody. I'm ready to go. I don't think I've ever finished the Spore Golem with full health, so that's a new for me. Come on, come on. The disadvantage is that it takes longer to self-destruct after. Yeah, here we go, and we survived. Yay, duplicate survivor. That is one of the more fun ones. Oh, maybe it's the starting trait that we had. The duplication just made us so freaking strong that we didn't get hit. Yeah, so we took a bit longer than I thought. We might have to extend this into another session, but we're gonna go with one more for today. This will unfortunately have to be the last one for today, but hey, that means more spell disc. See ya, Gumflung, sorry. Alright, your spells are smaller, increased mana gain. Let's try it out. Gumflung. So let's do this icicle thing, sure. So everything's gonna be smaller, but it generates mana faster. Am I smaller? Wait a minute, I'm smaller. I thought my spells were smaller. I guess it's called dwarf, so that makes... You and your spells are smaller. Okay, cool. Oh my god. This is interesting just because of the camera angle and everything. Create explosion for every 20 gems picked up. Interesting. Dual edges sounds interesting as well. Oh, really? I actually didn't know that, Thor. I had no idea. Thanks for letting me know. I've been embarrassing myself. Create slash type when player spins around. We're gonna try this out. I like this better than the dash one, but I would still never use it. Overkill disc, I think I'm going to take. Blunt item disc. Oh right, it's in the inventory and then it casts. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use this. It's make me die, so I'm going to chill out. See you soon, bud. Damage increases with attack speed buff, max 200. Right, we can't do that. Explosive stone. Throw a stone that explodes after duration. Might as well. Where's the stone? Wait a minute. I still have the boomerang? Water bomb? When touched by an enemy. That's kind of cool. Why do I still have this boomerang? What the heck? That's interesting. I have an extra item. Sparkfire is new as well. Let's just pick it up because it's new. Is this boomerang hitting things? It is. So weird. I have an extra item. This is kind of fun spinning around, actually. Fire infusion. Create concentrated fires that deal great fire affliction after some delay. Sure. There's no cohesive design to our build here. If I'm able to win this one, that means they definitely tuned it down. But I am dying. There is a little bit of death happening. Summon disc. When enemy minion appears. No. Explosion stun disc. We have 2 explosion spells, which makes a lot of sense. So I'm actually going to take that up. It's overheating. It does generate a crap ton of mana, so that's probably what's happening. Water bomb, continuous power disc. When continuous type is created, that's not that great. I'm gonna re-roll this one. Cold creation. We do have 2 of them, but relying on it being created, I don't like. Yellow blouse, lightning stash trigger, reduce its fire and cold reduction resistance. That I don't think I would ever use. You really have to have a lot of elements happening there. That's really tough to use, in my opinion. Continuous finish this. We only have 1 continuous, so I'm not going to use it. Just take that upgrade there. Maybe the slash thing is better on this dwarfism thing that we have going on, because we're smaller and we can spin around a little bit more, and we don't have as big of a hitbox. Drink 3.5 mana when hitting enemy minion with weapon attack. Increase mana generation per enemy hit within 4 seconds. We don't have a weapon, unfortunately. I'm surprised that it's actually not taken out because we don't have a weapon, but what can you do? Damage disc is obviously good. Spell damage disc is... it depends on how much damage we're doing, actually. I don't know which one's better. Ooh. Spell type damage. Actually, this should be better because all damage is considered on this one and it's a higher percentage. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I love the sparks. I do like the sparks, so it's just a stationary continuous spell. There's a couple of spark or thunder, lightning spells that kind of look like that, but I still like it. Create explosion when gazing. Pierce damage. We do have a couple of pierce damage, so I'm going to pick that up. Speed run, speed run. Speed run, speed run. Faster overheat would probably be good on that disc because we have so much. Whoa, did they change the thing of... We saw the boot artifact there. I wonder if they changed the description. I went too fast, but I believe it was slightly different, maybe. This looks like it has a new icon. The Bestial Embrace. I think it was a little bit different before. Decrease mana cost. Sure, let's do it. Oh boy, Gazing Disc I don't like. Increased mana production, we don't need that because it's overheating like crazy. I'll take the duplication. And we got Explosion Stun Disc. Yeah, that's a bad increase to it or upgrade to it. I'm just gonna take the duplication. Lol, I killed that lizard just by running into him with my spinning thing. Alright, it is kind of fun to spin around and hit things with it, to be honest. Continuous hit disc. When you hit with continuous type, I feel like we could get some value out of that. We only have 1 spell that is continuous, but if we cast it enough, maybe it will work. It seems to be working, so I'm not gonna complain. Wow, we got a lot of stuff happening. Red blouse, so it's the same thing, but fire status, and then it increases the rest of the elements. So they have a red blouse and a blue blouse and a yellow blouse. All right, we got it. We understand exactly what that does. Again, I don't know if I would ever use it. Relying on the elements to trigger, I just haven't found any success with that before, so I don't think I'm gonna use it. Increased damage is good. We still got this boomerang going. I wonder if there's any of the other items still in effect, but they just don't have a visual representation. but I am going to let the developers know. Might Barbell. We have each damage type spell equipped. We have 3. I don't think it's that useful this time. We're just gonna increase our spell damage here. All right, what do we got? So we got increased damage. I think I'm gonna take that. We don't need any kind of mana production, maybe on our continuous disc with the current spells that we have. But if we ever get another continuous spell, I think it would just be fixed from that. All right, we got Warhammer. Create a blunt type shockwave every 50 stun power dealt. Zephyr Book is also new. When player dashes, generate 20 mana to all discs. That's okay. I'm gonna try the Warhammer. Do we see it happening? Where it at? It must be being placed on the enemy. I'm not noticing it anywhere. Where is it? All right, whatever. Shock Whip. I don't think I want that. I'm just gonna take the duplication here. Are we not doing stun damage at all? I'm sure it's triggering. Oh, we're dying. This is the first time we're sweating. This is the first time we're sweating. This is the first time we're sweating. It's probably because I'm experimenting too much. Ugh. Yeah, we'll do the continuous hit disc here. I need this treasure chest, bro. I need treasure chest. Give me the gold. There's not even gold in it. I don't know why I said that. Give me the potion. Yeah. Cold power disc. No. Gem Horizon. It's continuous. I did want a continuous spell. I guess I'll pick it up. Give me a spell disc. Spell disc. New disc, please. I'm gonna try to fish for it. Fishy, fishy, fishy. New artifact. No, I don't need that. Okay, never mind. Never mind, no new disc. Oh my god. Oh my god. I guess with me being smaller, every attack that they do seems bigger. Not a great situation. Yeah, we shouldn't have picked up this slashing thing. Kind of a waste of a space. It's just a little bit fun. Let's do increase damage. Actually, I'll do this duplication. The enemies are seriously huge. They're huge. Move it, move it, move it. It's harder to see all the potions too. Where are all the potions? I think I saw one over here. Maybe not. Oh, there is one there. All right, we got nothing that I want. I'll take the overheat actually, that's pretty good. Yikes. No thanks. I wonder if there's more spin items. It just seems like such a hard requirement to meet. Pierce, generate 1 point. Okay, that's when it's finished though, whenever it is finished. Huh. Let's try it out. With the 1 being in our weapon spell slot, I'm not sure if it's gonna trigger too much, and it is actually triggering a lot. Never mind. I'm surprised. It must be just the piercing spell that's in the disc that's doing that. Bone shield for each non-minion death. This should actually generate quicker than the other options for the shield that we've seen, but I'm still not going to pick it up. 5 shield does not really excite me, but that one would be pretty much consistently at 5, I think, especially in survivor mode. So basically it's like a damage reduction of 5 each hit, which is, now that I mention it out loud or say it out loud, that does actually sound pretty good. Alright, we have the blood shield, which is even better than the other shield. So we get a shield every time we get hurt. And that essentially doubles our health. I think we should be able to survive just based on that. I will take the duplication. Hello, boss. How are you? Let me slash you down. Hey. He's not dying as fast as I want him to, but he's okay. All right, what do we need? We could use fire status disc whenever it's triggered, though. I'm just going to take the rooster gloves here. Get some more damage. Blunt hit disc. We don't have a single blunt spell, so that doesn't make any sense. Oh boy, oh boy. All right. We don't need flamethrower, although it could be okay for our continuous disc. I'm gonna wait for a new spell. I don't think I need to be efficient with the build. I feel like I could just win like this. So for the purpose of trying out new content from the new update, I'm just going to do it this way instead. We've already seen that, right? Okay, we got more mana production or critical chance. Sure, let's do crit. Does it give us individual crit chance? It does not. This is over 100, so I shouldn't have picked that up. Oops. It's times 2. Times 2. Wait a minute, why does it say times 2? You guys can't see it, but there is, here, let me move my head for a second here. There's a times 2 beside the crit multiplier. And I don't know why. Is it one of these things? I do not know. Oh well. Either way, feeling pretty strong. Oh, I know what it means. It means the damage multiplier for the crit. Duh. So every crit does 2 times damage. I got it. That should have been obvious, actually. Duplicating spells good. Increased damage sounds really good. Does that stone explode? I think it's supposed to. It's a very small explosion, but whatever. I also have my spells decrease in size, so that's probably affecting my judgment on it right now. Whoops. Increased damage for Gem Horizon sounds good. That ice spell is a pretty good one too, but again, I'm looking for new spells if we can try one out. Beyblade mode. Let's Beyblade. I am going to take... Sure, I'll take this. Actually, we're all overheating, so what's the point? Ah, whatever. What do we got? We got overheat reduction. I don't know if this has critical increase yet. That is the first one. Okay, it's probably the only one it needs. All right, we're slightly sweating here. Minute 11 to 14 used to be the hardest of the wave. So maybe I got lucky the last two runs? We'll see. Feeling the pressure. Not as much as usual. Usually I'm at like 20 HP running around, really trying my best to find all the potions and not get hit. But here we have a little bit more leniency. Critical chance for spark fire. I don't think we've picked up critical chance for that. I'm just gonna do it here. Yikes, yikes. Okay, yeah, we're taking some damage. We'll have a boss to heal from here, and I think that should give us a little bit of health back so that we can survive for the rest of the run. Duplicating spell, love it. Where's this boss at? There he is. I'm just gonna stand here and do this. Please no. Give me the treasure. So we have another slot for a new spell. Physical finish disc. We do have 2 of them. I think that's fine. Gain 2 gems. Gain 2 of gems held as max health. 2%, I think it means. Just a small typo there, I'm unassuming. Physical finish disc, let's just pick that up, might as well. I don't think we're gonna find too many new things here from here on. So we just need a spell if we can find one. Yeah, sure, this one's fine. Oh boy. If I could get a new spell before the end of this run, that would be nice. It would be a really good way to end the stream here. I don't think we've seen all of them yet. Deer Helmet is new. Attack speed increased with movement speed buff. Movement speed increased with attack speed buff. Max 50 for move speed. But its attack speed, I guess, is uncapped. That's interesting. There's a lot of attack speed stuff that has been added. So I'm excited to try that out, but we can't with our current run, of course, because we aren't using a weapon. I wonder if they would ever consider removing the weapon speed or attack speed buffs from any runs that aren't using a weapon. Or maybe it has some interaction with the weapon spell that I'm not aware of. And that would be That would be interesting to know. But yeah, otherwise, if it doesn't work with the weapon spell, then obviously it's just like a wasted option, which I don't like. But maybe it's intentional just to make you face the struggles of RNG as intended type of thing. Sure, I'll take this artifact. We've already seen it in the past. It's fine. Just at minute 14, I feel like we're not going to have a lot of options moving forward. I'm completely swarmed by these giant enemies. Still not dying, though. Still not dying too much. I feel like maybe they tuned down the damage that enemies do. That's my guess as to what has been adjusted here. I know I have the blood shield, but even then, I don't know, something has been adjusted. This just seems easier than usual. All right, going in with 66 HP usually wouldn't be very good at all, but we're going to try it out. One more reroll. Let's see if we can get a new spell. We did not get it. Let's just pick up this epic level upgrade here. And the Spore Golem is already getting hurt. Where you at, buddy? Where are you? There you are. I think I can make it. Yeah, I'm gonna survive. It's totally fine. I need to self-destruct anyways. But we're just gonna spin him down. Oh, it's getting close. Toe-to-toe? Okay, we made it. We made it out. I'll pick up the treasure chest just for fun. Icy Vortex, our favorite OG spell, one of our favorite OG spells. A self-destruct here. I don't even need to unequip the blood shield this time. That is enough here. Maybe? Yes, there we go. All right, Dwarf Survivor, great. So we got 3 more. We're gonna have to step into another session. We took a little bit longer than I thought we would this time because of all the new items, but we're gonna jump back in and finish up the rest of the 3 together in the near future here. In the meantime, I'm actually interested in looking at this and maybe just checking out the description of balancing. Pool exhaustion, difficulty adjustments. I'm not seeing anything specifically with survivor mode or swamp. Okay, I'm not gonna read into it too much. I was just looking for like survivor mode, enemy, or swamp specifically. But I'm not seeing it in here. Either way, that's what we got for today's stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it here.